So, I guess one thing that Coach Satterfield talked about in the press conference after the game was that he challenged you, not like the week before, to prepare, and be. And, he really challenged you. Has he been kind of doing that again this week? Have you guys been felt challenged to get better this week?
Yes, every day, every day. He brings the same attitude every day, regardless if we 0-10, 0-6, it doesn't matter. We're always going to stick to our process and continue to get better every day. And he's also going to continue to push us. He's not going to let up just because, we haven't won a game yet, but it's coming, and we definitely changing things around. We should win this week.
As players, how do you continue with, dropping 0-5? How do you continue to keep the intensity at a high octane level so that way you feel like you can go into every game?
Every day we come out, we hold people accountable. Like, the leaders come together. I feel like we're a family. We keep coming closer and closer because we're dealing with adversity right now. So that's a big thing for us, is just holding everyone accountable and just keep on going, no matter the record.
So you guys talk a lot about, it doesn't matter what the record is. It doesn't matter what despite the record, how do you feel your offense is performing right now, and how well do you think you can get?
Offense, we had a lot of turnovers early in the season. It's been hurting us. It's been costing us games, honestly. But we are focusing on ball security, and we're getting better at that, and we starting to come along as an offense, and we're starting to get better.
Granted, you guys are 0-5, and there's a certain stigma that comes with that. But I feel like the defense has still been performing very well this season. Can you give me like a little personal assessment of you and your defense?
Yeah, I think we've been performing well. We've been, holding teams to what we want to hold them to. We'll stop teams are wanting to run the ball on us. We're stopping the run pretty good, and we're holding teams to 3 and outs. We're holding teams to trying to stop them, and then every game it's like we have 1 or 2 just big plays, and it's big plays that are really killing us right now because we'll play so well most of the game, and then they'll get 1 big play that's a touchdown, or they get 2 big plays that's a touchdown, or it'll be like last game, 3rd and 20, we busted coverage and they get a touchdown when we're still in the game. So it's being consistent the whole time. I think we put together really good drives. They're drives that we look like really good, and if we can play like that all the time, I don't think there's many teams that can really do much to us. But it's when we have a little mental lapse, or somebody busts a coverage, or we don't communicate and we give up a big play, it really hurts us.
Giving up those big plays, like you talked about it a second, a busted coverage, but what are some of the other reasons why these big plays might be happening? Is it like, are you guys playing more of a at the line of scrimmage, like stop them at the point and some stuff can go over the top? Like what are some of the other reasons?
I'm sure that's a little bit. We're trying to be in attack mode all the time. We don't want to just sit back and let the offense dictate what we're going to do. So we're going to try to attack, try to dictate what the offense is going to do. So we know they're going to take some shots. We know there are going to be some times where a corner or safety is in one-on-one coverage, and we believe in our corners and safeties. We believe in our rush to get there and put pressure on the quarterback. So when those plays come our way, we just got to, have the courage and have the hat on our head to make the plays when they come our way.
When you have you have hype going on outside of the game, you have people coming up to you on campus, saying things about the football team, all the outside noise. How do you guys channel that out so that way you make sure your best game plan is put forth on the games?
I think it just goes back to us just trusting our process. We come to the same game plan every week, or not same game plan, but same thing every week. We come in, we work, we watch film, we come to practice, go to treatment, watch film, go to meetings, watch film. It's all the time, but it's just staying focused on us, staying focused on what's going on this week, not really listening to what's going on outside, and just trusting our process and going through everything.
When you look at EIU's offense, when you look at their offense, what are some of the things that you are noticing? What are the things you're looking for?
Well, they've always kind of been a bigger offensive line team that's thrown the ball, and this year they've kind of switched it up. They've got a quarterback that can run pretty well. He's just kind of a bigger guy that they like to, play 11-on-11 football. A lot of teams, they'll get in a spread. They'll play 10-on-11, basically have the quarterback out of it, just throwing the ball, and they want to play 11-on-11, make us play 11-on-11, and they want to run the ball with the quarterback. So that's one of the things that, we've had some issues with some jet motions or like some different kind of plays, and I think that we're getting them fixed, and I think that as long as we get those plays fixed, they're going to probably try to attack us with that a little bit, but I think we've kind of got the game plan figured out now. We just had a couple lapses last week and a couple of different times early in the season, so I think we've got that figured out, and I think that's something they're going to try to do. and we're gonna have the same game plan of attack and see what goes.
Is this quarterback as fast as the quarterback running back tandem you saw last week, or is he just bigger?
No, he's a little bit bigger though, so there'll be more of a downhill running type than just like a out on the edge. It'll be more downhill, trying to just kind of pound you a little bit.
And I asked you to evaluate the defense. Now, kind of evaluate yourself this year. You're having one of your better seasons. Like everything's been going pretty well for you right now.
Yeah, I'm having a good season. It just goes back to our defense, people doing their jobs. The defensive line taking up blocks or being able to put me in the right position to make the plays. The safeties having good coverage, so they're always spinning down the right way. It goes back. It's a whole team defense. It's not one player. I mean, Derek Moore's having a really good season. There's some defensive linemen that are playing good. There's some safeties that are playing good. So, I mean, it comes down to everybody, and it's just everybody doing their job and just trying to be in the right place at the right time.
All right, we'll start with an open statement from Coach.
Another tough week. Very good opponent we played. We talk all the time, don't talk about it, be about it. We take pride in our program of doing really hard things, and that's kind of where we are. Like it's easy to go hide in our office. It's easy to go hide in the locker room. It's easy to just kind of try to stay unnoticed. But we're choosing to show people we have a platform now to show how our process works and how we react to adversity. So I walked around campus yesterday, went home, took a shower, brushed my teeth, walked around campus. I wanted people to see, yeah, we're 0-5, but this is how I handle adversity. Look at me. We're not changing. We're only going to continue to work at our process every day. And our players told them, not many people can walk through campus and know who you are and have the availability to know that you're going through a tough season and to be able to watch a pro and watch you and how you react, how you sit in the front of class, how you handle yourself in class, how you are gracious and polite, and how you are an elite, not only human being, but an elite, athlete. And we used that opportunity yesterday. Going to continue to do it. Hopefully we can win a game soon, but that's not going to change our process. It's not going to change how we work. It's not going to change how we prepare to go compete in a football game and how we prepare to be elite during the week.
Questions?
Coach, you talked after the game about how last week you really challenged Dontez. Did you challenge him again this week? Anybody else you may have, put a personal challenge to?
No, Dontez, he's an older guy. He's been around. He played for Coach Petrino, which is crazier than I am, and in a good way. I don't mean that in a bad way. He's very, especially with wideouts. He's a wideout guy. So I wanted to push Dontez's buttons because I thought he was getting a little lax at some fundamentals and took a couple plays off. I mean, he plays every play, right? I mean, he's talented. He's wore out, but he took some plays off, and that gave me an opportunity to show the team and push his buttons. And he had a decision to make. Does he pout or does he work? And he came back last week and every day shoved it in my face how hard he was going to work. Shoved it in my face, made me kick him out of the office last week, because I was like, you have to leave. You can't stay here all night. Like, you have to go home now. Like, he made me kick him out of the office. And then he played at an extremely high level when he was really the only we lost a bunch of receivers during the game and weapons, and so they were able to roll their coverage to him. They took all the attention went to him even more, and it was frustrating. And they were grabbing and holding and bracketing and double teaming, and he just kept playing. So, as much as I challenged him, I'm so proud of how he responded, and he's going to keep getting better and better. And he's far from over this season. 6 games left. It's going to be scary what he's able to do. But I'm really proud of how he responded, and he continued today of just outworking everybody.
I was going to say, has anybody else kind of taken out, has anybody else looked at that and started to act in a
Yeah, and
way?
that's his way. I mean, he's not a talkative kid, so the way he works is how he leads, and so he leads by example. So you can see the younger guys say, wow, if Coach is going to call Dontez Byrd out, and Dontez Byrd is going to react without pouting in a way that he reacted, that's probably how we should all do it. And so he just lifts the level of practice.
You kind of talked about it, Coach, in your opening statement about these kids going out and being the same type of kids they've always been. And so despite the results on Saturday, you guys had a very good game. There was a lot of positives from that game. How do you guys continue to play a Tech brand football and continue to be yourselves in the face of that adversity?
Because that, as boring as it sounds, that's what our process does. That's the beauty of our process. When we say trust our process, it's not because Nick Saban says it. It's not because Coach Sweeney says it. It's because we have our process. And we know, we've seen it work. We've seen, You know, we've been 0-6 at Temple. We've been 2-10 at Temple. We've been 6-6 and not gotten to go to a bowl game with our process, and we've seen it transform programs, organizations, players into draft picks. It's not easy. Our process isn't easy, but when you learn the process, you start to live the process. Once you start living the process, it becomes you. Once it becomes you, then you start to defend it. As kids start to defend it, that's how you create leadership. And so, I just wanted to make sure our kids knew that they have something to lean on, but we're not going to go hide. We're not going to pout. We're not going to sit there and say, oh, the season's, we're over. We have 6 games left. We have over half the season. You get to go write your own book, how you want it to be. They don't write books about teams that just, it's easy for them. Hey, they were supposed to win. They won. Hey, here's a good. They're not going to sell any books that way, but they will write a book about a team that has a lot of adversity, that starts out 0-5, finds a way to come back and win a bunch of games. And that's what I challenged our team yesterday, and they've so far done a nice job of bouncing back. But it's not easy. I hid under my desk for about an hour and a half on Sunday. I just wanted to hide. I had to pick myself up. But again, you just fall back on the process. And again, it's words for a lot of teams and a lot of coaches. That word process is not a word for us. It is everything about our program.
Being in your second year, how entrenched do you feel the process is at this point? Do you feel
I think I am eaten up with it because I've been part of it now for
a long time?
5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
And so it's very, very important to me. I think our assistants are very close. A lot of them are very close. They think that they own it just like I do, but they're working through it. I mean, everything about it. Our players, we got a bunch of players that are right there on the edge of just being totally eaten up with it. And when that happens, that's when it starts to become a player-driven program, which is all we're wanting it to be. My program, their team, they need to run. That's why Alabama, you don't hear a lot of issues at Alabama because the players take care of it. Issues at other places, it's because they have no player leadership. And that's what we have to become, a player-driven team. And our process, again, I've said process 95 times today already. That's what, that will take care of that. That will create that atmosphere that we're looking for. And it's not easy. And there's no timetable. Who knows? It may be a year, 2 years, 1 day, 1 month. You never know.
Looking forward to this week football-wise, what is it going to take to win this game against EIU?
All I know is this, is if we don't practice better than anybody in the world today, which we already have, we have no shot. If we don't come in today and prepare after classes, we have no shot. But if we commit, tag word process again, if we commit to our grind and we prepare and we're ready for practice tomorrow and we fix issues with today, and we do it tomorrow, and we do it Thursday, we travel well on Friday, and we get up on Saturday, we walk through better than anybody in the country, and we're committed to the details, and we eliminate the distractions. We focus on just what we need to do, we'll have a chance to compete. If we get distracted by outcomes, if we get distracted by our record, if we get distracted by they have a 2-game win streak, if we get distracted by a kid being late to the bus, if we get distracted, we won't have a chance to win. So we got to handle what we can handle, and that's all the controllables of practicing, prep, going to class, being great human beings, and all that stuff will carry over into success on the field.